Hello, it's Scott Manley here with part 32 of XCOM 2. Our team is back and recuperating after a strike against a black site in West Asia.
I don't blame Shen for wanting to keep an eye on Tygan, but at this point, we need all the help we can get.
I don't care whether he is an Advent sympathizer or not. What I care about is his terrible lack of humor. He doesn't even have a comedy accent that I can mock. I mean, at least Snidely presented a pretty big cross-section when it came to jokes. Still, Shen has delivered a couple of new toys, and I will entertain her concerns while she delivers the goods. Anyway, Central, set course for Mexico. We have some interesting anomalies to check out over here. The remains of a battle site. Hopefully we'll find some loot. Oh, we'll also find that the Crow gets some more skills. Stasis Shield lets me use stasis on my own people, thereby protecting them from enemy weapons fire or any other skills. But more importantly, it looks like Shen and Tygan have the gate thing sorted out. Either that or they're resurrecting music visualizers.
I hate to do this, but you're the only one who can pull this off. You know I'd go myself if I could.
The gateway is primed. Is the subject prepared?
What? No, I'm not.
Wired what was left of the Codex brain into Rover.
Oh, that's a relief.
Should be emitting the same signal the Codex used to pass through the gateway.
Excellent. Let us begin.
I hope you guys have ways to stop gatekeepers coming back through.
We've already seen the Codex opening a similar rift in the field. I am sure your device will be fine.
Can it do any of the Codex tricks? It'd be really cool to have a gremlin that can teleport and duplicate itself. Have any modders created the Codex gremlin yet?
We're set to record across all spectrums. Remember, go in, take some quick readings, then come right back through, okay?
Shen, sounds like there's some distortion on the microphone.
Whoa, are you seeing this?
It appears our signal has been received. Increasing power.
Doesn't look like any place we've been before. Or any place on Earth, for that matter.
Perhaps this is the source. The aliens' seat of power, if you will. Secured beyond any physical limitations.
Only one way to find out. Go on. We're counting on you.
Wait, if you're gonna send it through, can't you attach a nuclear device first? That would be far more logical, surely. Did you guys even consult me on this plan before attempting it? Oh, okay, well I'm glad we didn't put a nuke on it.
It's definitely not fine, Doctor.
The process did work. There was an instant where the device was in between locations. However, once that occurred, the gateway called for a second signature, an organic signature. When we could not provide one, it generated a sort of feedback pulse.
Obviously.
If the Codex creates the door, this organic signature must surely be the key.
Well, we better make sure we have the right key before we try again. I would hate for this to occur to something organic.
Agreed. I'll report our findings to the commander immediately.
Wait, you opened that gate up without actually informing the commander first?
We are now prepared to autopsy the body of the powerful being we recovered, Commander. I feel that we may be on the cusp of attaining a complete understanding of this avatar we have long sought.
I don't get it. Did you suddenly acquire the technology for some new scalpels or something? I don't know, codename hieroglyph. Ha! It's almost as if it's a kind of gate that's associated with, you know, ancient Egypt or something. A gate across the stars, one might say. Having studied the alien codex and its ability to open rifts in the field for deployment, we theorized the gateway may be tied to a similar signal or key integrated into the codex itself. Sure enough, by mirroring the frequencies found in close proximity to the codex, we found that the gateway itself enters a second active condition. when Shen was hesitant to relegate her pet gremlin to use in her experiment, but she recognized the value of having a remote test subject, and we had no other units available to spare. Unfortunately, our initial theories as to the gateway's function overlooked the possibility that it was also tied to the biological components of the codex. Shen's personal gremlin suffered some relatively minor damage during our test, but its sacrifice led to an important revelation in terms of how we might access this gateway and discover its source. Or more importantly, the special source that makes it work. Haha. Anyway, time to autopsy that avatar.
This creature represents a near-perfect fusion of human and elder DNA. Though remarkable, it appears as if the creature were unfinished. Perhaps why we were able to ultimately defeat it. Still, this can lead me to only one logical conclusion.
Oh, it sprung a leak and it's deflating. Look at the magic smoke come out.
We had such hope for you.
Ah, so the avatars are powered by the magic smoke of the elders.
I believe we have found our avatar.
Well, I'm glad you finally joined us with this conclusion. Okay, 6 days now to figure out what we need to figure out. And we have another set of dark events to choose from. New construction on alien facilities. We have protect the device that increases the detection radii of all enemies. Or we have hidden event. We have a scientist, or we have intel, or yeah, let's just do that one because detection radius is just one of those things that sucks in general. Okay, team, Crow, Zen, Deadwood, Cypher, Mama Bear, and Iron Lady, are you ready? Feel free to shout back, ready Freddy? No? Never mind. Look, get in that ship, go to the alien's place, knock on their door, and then run away very quickly. Or shoot them, whatever works best.
Resistance set up a data tap on the Advent network through an access point in this area, and they've been retrieving data critical to the alien's latest operation. Unfortunately, Advent picked up on the signal and are moving to destroy the emplacement. We need to move in and eliminate any hostile forces threatening that device.
Operation Knife Tower in the outskirts of Beijing. Remind me to pick up some fried wontons.
Hostile forces are already moving to destroy the data tap installed nearby. We need to lock down the area and secure the device at all costs.
Oh, so it's a defend the device mission, which can be really hard in the late game because the enemy's firepower has scaled up, but the hit points on the device have not. So the strategy is to move in fast. Don't sit and take advantage of the concealment because the concealment will just give the enemies time to attack that thing and get no reprisals. We're gonna have to pull their fire. Anyway, right away I hear aliens moving, and I hear Andromedons with their unmistakable stompy feet sounds. Looks like he has a couple of friends with him as well. Okay, we have a sectoid and we have this data tap thing. I don't know how much damage that took, but apparently it's already taking fire. John Jessic, move up!
Go.
Yeah, we can see these things, so we gotta get into a position to draw their fire. And I have a special trick up my sleeve here. You see, I already scanned that light pole, and that light pole has a very useful option. So we're dashing everyone into position except John Jacek. John is gonna initiate a hack against the light pole. And what do we get? What bounties does it have to share with me? It has an option to recover all my moves through a distraction. Yeah, 100% chance of getting all my action points back. Hell yeah, that's what I'm taking. Now I can actually begin the second half of this turn with a full set of action points ready to respond to the enemy's attentions. So a little bit more setup, making sure everyone's in the best position. And finally, begin fire with an acid bomb, which is the stupidest idea. I don't know why I thought I should have used an acid bomb, because of course, Andromedons don't actually take acid damage. At least it shreds their armor, so this thing has no armor points left. But Andromedons pretty much bathe in acid to clean their pores and things like that. And sure, Andromedons really do care about their appearance. John Jacek! Nice, critical, 11 points of damage on that. And then second follow-up from Emily Scott. Putting that down. Bursting that Andromedon's acid bath, killing the pilot. I'm so sorry. We didn't even get to know your name. Now you are merely Unit 1337, wandering around and smashing stuff up. But your friend, on the other hand, I'm sure your friend has a fabulous name, like Titus. Titus Andromedon has a wonderful ring to it. I think you should try working for us. See if you can recruit this Nope, domination failed. Well, never mind. We'll just kill you.
Adjusting sights.
Notice how she said adjusting sights after missing a domination attack. Anyway, Olga, she has the Void Rift skill, which is appropriate in this case because everybody is all standing around being best friends with Titus. Knocks down one target, does some damage to Titus, who's probably quite enamored by the purple and gold color combo that these effects are having. Oh, what you gonna do? You're gonna... something. I don't know what's happening, but I'm sure it was very impressive. Oh, it's panicked now! Running over there and hiding behind a big rock. And of course taking a bath in some acid at the same time. Oh, it's panicking and it's gonna shoot. It shot at the sectoid but missed. With all my actions exhausted, it's time for the Iron Lady to deploy the Mimic Beacon, sucking the enemy's attention away from everyone and buying not just the team, but the relay a bit of respite from the hostile attacks. Well, that Stun Lancer isn't dead yet, and our friend Titus is still having a panic attack, which is good for us. And we have a Gatekeeper and some Archons and various other things. Yeah, 2 Archons with their giant selfie sticks. I mean, seriously, somebody with that much gold in their costume is gonna love taking pictures of themselves. So those big things, they have to have cameras on them for sure. 100%. Guarantee it. The sectoid advances into position and feels the need to attack the Mimic Beacon. Misses as well. Ha! So much for that. We have another sectoid which moves up, and that is a very interesting route that thing's taking. Also misses the Mimic Beacon as well. I suspect we'll be sending a grenade that way soon. And the husk of the Andromedon, the former shell of the shell of the former Great Warrior, makes a big run across the map, leaving a nice big green mess behind it. But without a pilot, the shell is vulnerable to hacking, and John Jacek comes in. We have a shutdown and we have a control. Oh, it's so tempting, but I'm just gonna go for the shutdown. 100% chance. And that thing is off the grid for a couple of turns. Olga charging up into position. Mama Bear moving up, and at that range, she has a rocket launcher. Smashing it straight into that sectoid, removing the roof, and, well, leaving that sectoid on the floor.
You are vulnerable.
Since Titus won't join us, it's time to zap him with the soul firepower. Francesca, ooh, 6 points of damage. That's not bad. Of course, it bypasses armor.
Trusting you here.
The Iron Lady steps around to the other side of cover. And then, obvious shot is to shoot that Andromedon shell. Taking it down a bit while it's out of commission. All we need is one hit and it will be down. But Emily Scott realizes that one hit is something we don't want to take. So the Mimic Beacon gets deployed. That Stun Lancer goes down thanks to the acid grenade. Cars explode! Things sit and shut down. And Titus is now deciding to get back in the game. Whoa! Takes a run past Erin and knocks down her cover and then realizes it's not in range. Oh, sectoid! What's the sectoid gonna do? It's attacking the Mimic Beacon. It had a better shot at that relay, but the Mimic Beacon was far too seductive for the simple mind of a sectoid. Never mind that, the even more powerful mind of the Gatekeeper decides to go after the Mimic Beacon too. I tell you, Mimic Beacons are like catnip to the Advent forces. Oh, come on, Archon, are you just gonna dazzle us with your bling, or are you gonna shoot it? Finally, somebody hits that Mimic Beacon. Of course, in the current version of the game, you would not be able to deploy those into cover, and it would probably have died by now.
Okay,
Well, that was then, this is now. It's our turn again, and everybody is now repositioning themselves. John Jasek finishes off that Andromedon that he had confounded in the previous turn. Aaron Ryan has a new fusion-powered blade to test.
1-5, we've got a line on the target. Move to protect that gear at all costs.
At all costs, eh? I'm hoping we can get a serious discount on terms of the blood we have to spill. And with a hail of plasma gun fire, Mama Bear bids farewell to Titus. We'd have loved to have been your friend, but it just wasn't to be. With the Iron Lady in a good position to fire, it's decided to give her a little bit of inspiration. Let her see how she can change the world with just her willpower and a plasma shotgun. Now, Emily Scott moves into position and then uses the face-off ability. First off, Andromedon. Dead. Second shot, Gatekeeper. Barely damaged. Archon. 1 point of damage. Archon! 5 points of damage. Good shooting, Tex. Olga, I need you to put that Gatekeeper into deep freeze. Don't let it move. It's important to note when you use stasis, by the way, apparently it stops your own troopers from attacking it, so use it as like the last thing you do in a turn. Anyway, it's the alien's turn. Oh, we have an Archon coming around the back of the Iron Lady. Whacking her, but she's okay so far and zaps. But the joke's on them as they get zapped by the scorchy circuits. I think she has one of those Hellweave vests. Blazing pinions! Uh-oh, that's a whole bunch of people there that are all gonna have to perform the GTFO, otherwise they will be dumped upon by missiles from the sky. So Mama Bear moves into location and brings out the minigun, the cannon, the plasma cannon. Most importantly, knocking 3 points of armor off of that thing, making it easier for other individuals to do damage. All the same, it's decided this is a perfect opportunity to drop the Mimic Beacon out. But of course, Olga doesn't care about armor when she's using soul fire. Yes, gritting her teeth once again and waving her hand or something. I'm not really sure how that actually works, but that Gatekeeper is slowly dying to the firepower of my forces. John Jasek, well, for some reason the only thing he can get a line of sight on is this Archon that's floating up in the air. The Iron Lady pretends to smash a window and then just shoots through it without breaking it. And misses, probably because there's a window in the way that she didn't break. I'm not quite sure how that works, and I don't have time to think. Emily had to take a move, so she can only use the pistol, and she does actually hit that Archon. Yes, you Archons, you think you're safe when you're hovering up in the air like that, but no, we can still hit you up there if we want to. And that Archon is finding out what it's like to be on fire and not just have fire coming out of its butt. Wait a second, do you think those Archons are being fed really high fiber diets or something? That might actually explain their propulsion system. It's not biological, mechanical augmentation, it's just a special diet. Yeah, and that Gatekeeper, for all its psionic powers, it still can't tell the difference between a Mimic Beacon and a regular trooper. We have an Archon, and it's gonna whack that. Oh, and that second move indicates that Archon is going for a melee attack. Oh, nice! Well, not so nice, but that was a good shot, sir. You guys should try playing golf with a swing like that. Then I'd have one more reason to dislike you and your gold bling. Anyway, without the Mimic Beacon, oh, Aaron takes a serious hit there. We have to end this now.
There is no escape.
Yes, Olga using the Null Lance, lancing through multiple targets with this skill. Watch that. Ha! One Archon, two Archon. Our specialist goes for a more conventional approach and misses, but good try, sir. And Amanda the Mama Bear executes Special Order 303 with a big enough blast radius to hit both of them. Nice, Archon down, armor shredded.
Okay, I'll
There's
go.
not much life left in that gatekeeper. And sensing that this battle may soon be over, Aaron goes for the high ground and takes a shot at the gatekeeper. Critical, and it's down.
I got it, right?
Yes, you did.
No rounds.
Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
6 turns, 11 enemies killed. I think that might actually be one of the fastest. Average enemies killed per turn is a record, and the average damage per attack is a record. Most under fire was the Mimic Beacon, but despite her grim injuries, Erin Ryan was the one that was scoring all the points. She'll no doubt have a well-deserved rest over the next couple of weeks. So everyone survived, but did anyone get promotions? Mama Bear. Mama Bear, what did you get? Oh, the run and gun ability. Volatile Mix is the only option when you get this. So I don't know why you would take Chain Shot. It's just terrible. And so with that, we've picked up some more stuff, but I think we're getting very close to a victory here. If you want to see how close, watch the future episodes. Until then, I'm Scott Manley. Fly safe.